Kobe said he believes Lynn has made some improvements, and his advice to Lynn when playing with someone like himself, check it out. You have to be able to assert yourself, especially on a team that I'm playing on, because I don't want chumps. I don't want pushovers. If you're a chump and a pushover, I will run over you. So it's important for him to have that toughness and to say, no, I believe in myself. I can step up. I can make these plays. I can perform. And I can think that is very important. It's like you've got to put your mark down. At some point, you've got to expletive on the fire hydrant. Kobe said he loved playing with Lynn. Lynn made some really good adjustments before the Clippers game, during the Clippers game. They had a good talk after that Clippers game where I called an upset, but you said don't be ridiculous. It was close, though. Yeah. You thought at one moment.
I thought it would be a blowout. Y'all made it competitive. I give you credit for that.
Way to go, Laker Nation. Is this a good thing or a bad thing for Lynn?
It's an incredibly good thing. The best thing that could happen to the career of Jeremy Lin is Kobe Bryant, in my estimation. And this is not me, raving about Kobe Bryant. This is about me highlighting what Jeremy Lin needs based on his deficiencies. I think his ball handling skills are a bit suspect. I think that he can make big shots. I think that he's willing to take big shots. But what I would remind everybody about Jeremy Lin is that Jeremy Lin is making $8.3 million this year. And he needed to leave Houston because the person that took his job is making $915,000. You're making $8.3 million and your job is lost by somebody who ain't even making $1 million. That means that they could live without you. That's what that means. And that's what this comes down to. And part of the reason is that Patrick Beverley's toughness that is the reason that Jeremy Lin is no longer in Houston, because Patrick Beverley basically ran him out of there. His toughness, his willingness to compete, primarily to defend, obviously resonated with Kevin McHale in the Houston Rockets franchise. When you look at a guy like Jeremy Lin, he has tremendous potential. The upside is there. He is not a finished product. For all intent and purposes, he's just getting started. Shouldn't have left New York, even though I didn't mind that he did. But in the end, what it comes down to is that you got to toughen up, because guys believe that they could snatch your heart. And that's not what they thought about Jeremy Lin when he was in New York, but it is certainly what they have thought about him since he arrived in Houston. And so for somebody like Kobe Bryant to be in his face, you know what Kobe Bryant is saying if you read between the lines of that quote that he elocuted about Jeremy Lin? He's saying, I don't want no punks on my roster. You got to have some heart. Yeah. You got to have some heart. And I'm in no way denigrating Jeremy Lin like that. I'm not calling him that. I'm just paraphrasing for Kobe what Kobe's saying he doesn't want on the squad. I have to believe in you. When it gets tough, when crunch time arrives, guys are going to try to snatch your heart. Sometimes you can make a big shot. Sometimes you've got the requisite ball handling skills or whatever the case may be to drive to the basket. But if somebody can get up in you and take your heart and make you scared to go up against them, that is going to be an impediment to your success and therefore that of the team. Kobe Bryant's pointing that out, like anybody will point it out. They might not articulate it the way that Kobe Bryant did, but there isn't a star alive. There isn't a big-time player alive in any sport that wants a teammate on the court with them or on the field with them that they think is scared of the competition. And so Kobe saying what he said is the best thing for Lin, because he's going to be in Lin's face all the time, and Lin is going to step up to the challenge and embrace it and become a Rough Rider, or he's going to wilt beneath the pressure and he'll never make it. And it's going to be a put-up or shut-up kind of scenario, and we should always love that.
I cannot tell you how much I disagree with every point you just said.
Why am I surprised?
Well, I often agree with you on this show. But on this one, this is a side of Kobe Bryant I do not like. And I love Kobe in general. I love him in the big picture. I do not love this. And I especially do not love it that Kobe made this public. If this is going to become your pet project this year to toughen up little Jeremy Lin, keep it to yourself. Keep it in your locker room. Don't put Jeremy Lin on notice with the LA and the national media. I just think that's completely unfair. And there's a side of Kobe that is intimidating. It's almost to the point of being a bully. And I get what you're talking about. He's going to fire test. He's going to initiate. He's going to pull out the best in somebody, because that's the way Kobe was treated when he was an 18-year-old kid trying to come up through the ranks. But Kobe is a rare specimen. We all agree with that, right? He is made of rare toughness. In fact, he's the toughest thing I've seen since Michael Jordan.
He's an assassin.
He is an assassin. So it's unfair. See, Kobe views everyone else as Kobe. Well, you should be like me, you should be like me, and you should be like me. And there's also a side of Kobe that knows they can't be like him. So he intimidates them. He pretty much runs over everyone. This is a reason. This is a reason that a lot of players don't want to play with this Kobe, because it's just too hard. This is a reason Dwight couldn't take it anymore. And I don't think Dwight's very tough, and I've said that many times on this show. But after a while, Dwight Howard is just saying, I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want him calling me out in front of other teammates or to the media or however he calls me out, because I'm not that guy he wants me to be. I'm this guy, and I can't change what I'm made of. And by the way, in Jeremy Lin's defense here, if you go back and look hard at that Portland series that they lost in the playoffs last year, Jeremy Lin might have been the best player on the floor. Some nights he was the clutchest player on the floor. The games that they lost, I'm talking about the Damian Lillard bomb game at the end of the game. Go look at the numbers.
He made a couple of big plays, a couple of big turnovers too, though.
Okay, but he makes big shots.
Yes,
you gave him credit for that. But look, he can't be Kobe Bryant. And look, Kobe, just for the record, Kobe Bryant already leads the NBA in shot attempts this year. Through 4 games, he's already off to the races. Well, are we surprised? No. But again, this is hard to play with, because Kobe doesn't really, in the end, at the bottom line here, Kobe Bryant does not want Jeremy Lin to interfere with his shots taken. He doesn't want Jeremy to say, get out of my way, give me the damn ball. Does he want him?
No,
he doesn't want to.
But for clarification purposes, let me be very specific about what I'm saying. The point that you make, I think you're misconstruing what I'm saying. In no way am I saying that I approve of Kobe publicizing what he publicized. So you're right about that. I was addressing the content of what he was saying. I wasn't saying that we needed to hear that. I was saying that what he's saying is true, and it's great for Jeremy Lin. That's what I'm saying. If we're having a debate as to whether or not he should have said that to the media, there is no debate. I would agree with you. But what he said, Skip, is absolutely important. Let's look at Michael Jordan, for example. Forget Scottie Pippen for a second. Do you know one of the devastating blows that happened to Michael Jordan that was necessary to happen for him to win championships? Remember when they traded Charles Oakley and got Bill Carter? If you know anything about Charles Oakley, that is his man. Just to this day. You understand what I'm saying? And you talk about somebody, I don't want to I don't think I'm exaggerating. He might take a bullet for Michael Jordan. I mean, this man loves himself some Michael Jordan.
I would agree.
What I'm saying to you is that Charles Oakley wasn't, you ain't gonna see Charles Oakley in the Hall of Fame. You ain't gonna see Charles Oakley as somebody that can elevate above the rim or be a Barkley caliber player in terms of moving up and down the floor. But Charles Oakley was a rough rider. Everybody's got a role on a team. It's not the star like that is Kobe isn't asking you to be him. What he's saying is, if you're gonna be on the court with me, I gotta see 2 things. Somebody that wants it as bad as me, and somebody that ain't scared. That's it. The skill set, he's not judging you based on that. He's saying you got to have it. In Dwight Howard's case, he was questioning how much Dwight wanted. And I do think at times he was hard on Dwight. But in Jeremy Lin's case, just don't be scared. Don't be scared.
A note for clarification, Kobe also said to the media, he and Derek Fisher would often get into it on the court, yell back and forth. And he was like, that was his favorite team.
That's right.
He loved him.
And Derek Fisher don't back down.
No.
Because Kobe knew he wasn't scared.
And Kobe encourages that from Jeremy Lin.
That's right.
Gentlemen, we leave it here. Let's head out to our Call of Duty group.